Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
The La Liga title race has been settled. Real Madrid have been crowned champions after they beat Villarreal in their penultimate game of the season 2-1. FC Barcelona lost to Osasuna 2-1, and that, I can say, has been the story of the season so far. Real Madrid have deservedly won the La Liga title for the first time since 2017, and before then was in 2012. So in the past 10 years, that's from 2010 up to this point, this is the second time Real Madrid are winning the La Liga title. It's long time coming, and Zinedine Zidane continues his haul of trophies for the Spanish Giants. After winning the Champions League 3 times in a row, Zidane says this is the title that means a lot to him and makes him extremely happy, probably because he hasn't had his hands on it as many times, but that is what was coming from the camp of Zinedine Zidane. Also, today we'll be looking at performances of Ghanaian players abroad. Thomas Partey wound the back of the net with a sumptuous finish. He started the attack from deep in midfield, a long-range pass to his teammate, and he finished the chance off inside the penalty box. It was great to see him playing for Atletico Madrid after so many conflicting reports about whether he would stay or he would go. But that's for another day. We are going to focus on the performances of Ghanaian players. Andre Ayew was on target for Swansea City. They hit another snag in their chance to play the playoffs for the Premier League qualification. They drew 2-2 with Nottingham Forest. Andre Ayew scored a goal from the spot. Also, the Italian Serie A has 5 games to go. Inter Milan went to second place with their win 4-0 win last night, and they went into second place, 6 places behind Juventus, who drew 3-3 with SC Sassuolo in midweek. Spain relegated teams include RCD Mallorca, and we have 2 Ghanaian players there in LUMOR'S and Baba Idrisu. They are all going back to the Segunda division of the La Liga, and it's quite unfortunate, but they have been relegated. It was confirmed last night. Without much ado, let's get right into the performances of Ghanaian players abroad. I'll be looking at England first of all. Leicester City, they took on Sheffield United. Daniel Amartey is still out injured, not included in the squad for this game. He might have to look elsewhere for another club. It's ended on this occasion 2-0 for Leicester City. They maintain their hunt for the top 4 place. But remember, on the final day, they will be playing Manchester United, and it's sure to make that game even more interesting. Crystal Palace took on Manchester United on Thursday night, that was last night, and Jordan Ayew played 90 minutes of this encounter. Jeffrey Schlupp came on, returned to action in the 72nd minute. United also chasing that top 4 place along with Leicester City and Chelsea, who are in 3rd place and who won their game against Norwich. Their next game will be against Liverpool, and it's anyone's game. Liverpool lost to Arsenal, surprisingly, 2-1 in the midweek. 2 errors from both Van Dijk and Alisson. Rare occasions in which those 2 have made errors this season, and that cost them the game. They lost. As of now, the race for the top 4 is really keen. Manchester United are just behind Leicester City with a goal difference of 3 more goals than them, and it's sure to be an interesting end finale because they will play each other as if it was scripted. They will play each other to decide who will make it to the Champions League. Chelsea could also still miss out, though they are in 3rd place. So it's a lot to play for in the English Premier League. I move on to my next game, and Southampton took on Brighton and Hove Albion. Kevin Danso was on the bench, an unused substitute. Tariq Lamptey played 68 minutes for Brighton and Hove Albion. The game ended 1-1, both teams sharing the spoils. Nottingham Forest, they took on Swansea City. Andre Ayew scored from the spot in the 45th minute to put Swansea in the lead, only for Nottingham Forest to equalize. Sammy Amiobi with the equalizer. He scored a brace on the day, and that was how Nottingham Forest drew 2-2. A snag in their chase for playoff place to make it into the Premiership. Reading took on a Middlesbrough, and it was a 2-1 loss for Reading. Andy Adam was not in the squad for Reading. I moved to Spain next, and Eibar took on Real Valladolid. Mohamed Salisu still out injured. His side lost 3-1 to Real Valladolid. Not in danger of relegation though, but this was the penultimate game of the La Liga season. Penultimate games of La Liga season are all played at the same time, in case you didn't know, and there were 10 fixtures taking place concurrently last night. Celta Vigo took on Levante. Celta Vigo, who are still in danger, technically they are still in danger of relegation. They lost 3-2 to Levante, but should they win their final game in the La Liga, they will surely be safe. Joseph Aid was not in the squad for Celta Vigo as they lost 3-2. GETAFE, they took on Atletico Madrid, and Thomas Partey came on in the 67th minute. An amazing goal by the Ghanaian, a cross into the path of his teammates deep in midfield, and the courtesy was returned as he finished and scored the goal in the 18-yard box. It was amazing to see him score that beautiful goal. He worked it from deep and finished it off. It was that goal that gave them the insurance goal that they needed late inside the game. It ended 2-0 for Atletico Madrid. They overcame Getafe and ensured they finished third in La Liga. RCD Mallorca took on Granada, and this 2-1 loss confirmed Mallorca's relegation. Idris Ubaba and Lumo Agbengen both played out 72 minutes. Both of them have been relegated now. Mallorca, alongside them, is Espanyol, who have also been relegated. So the relegation spot, only one team can join them later on. That's on the final day of the season. We'll still find out who will be joining them. I move to Italy next, and Spal, they took on Inter Milan. Kojo Asamoah was an unused substitute once again as his Inter Milan side won 4-0 against Spal. Most of the first team players were rested for this game, so I'm wondering why still Kojo Asamoah cannot command a starting berth in this Inter Milan side. I don't know. Probably we'll get some more information on that front pretty soon. Lecce, they took on Fiorentina. Alfred Duncan played 70 minutes of this encounter as Fiorentina beat Lecce 3-1. AS Roma took on Hellas Verona. AS Roma vs Hellas Verona ended in a 2-1 victory for AS Roma. Ajeman Bedu came on in the 83rd minute. Claude Japon was not in the squad for Hellas Verona. It ended 2-1 in favor of AS Roma. And it's quite interesting in the league table of the English Premier League, for example. We take the points that have been secured by both teams, all teams so far, and Chelsea, Manchester United and Leicester City are all in the hunt for a top 4 place. After City's ruling that meant that they would take part in the next Champions League, it means that there are only 2 spots left actually, and 3 teams are fighting for that spot. And the final 2 games for all those 3 teams are as follows. Leicester City will take on Tottenham Hotspur and also take on Manchester United. Those are their final 2 games. Chelsea will take on Liverpool. They will also play Wolves in their final game. Manchester United will take on West Ham next before going on to play Leicester City on final day. It's pure drama sure to unfold there for both teams. In the Italian Serie A, and I can't wait to watch those games. In Italian Serie A, Juventus, 5 games to go. They sit 77 points on top, 71 behind them is Inter Milan, and accordingly 70 points and 69 points in that order, the teams that follow them. 15 points are for grabs for both teams, and Juventus of late have been really slacking. They drew 3-3 recently with SC Sassuolo, and it was quite shocking. Maurizio Sarri, the coach of Juventus, was surprised by that result. They have to nip it at the bud and try to leave it defensively secured to make sure they win Italian Serie A, the Scudetto as it is called in Italy. So much to play for in the relegation battles. Real Madrid have been crowned champions in Spain. Messi and co have to wait another year. They have won the La Liga title so many times, and this year wasn't their year. Lionel Messi was not happy by losing this game and losing the La Liga title, and he made some comments to that effect and wasn't excited about it. We are not good enough was one thing he said, and deservedly Real Madrid have won it. This weekend you can look forward to the FA Cup. Yes, the FA Cup will be taking place this weekend. Arsenal versus Manchester City and Manchester United versus Chelsea are all taking place at Wembley. It's Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, Arsenal will take on Manchester City, and Sunday, Chelsea will take on Manchester United. It's sure to be a firecracker game over the weekend. There will be some league games also ongoing, and final games of the Premier League season will also be played next weekend. Who will make the top 4 for you? Who will win the title in Italy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box, and who will be relegated in the Italian Serie A, the La Liga, and also in the English Premier League. Remember, Norwich have gone, and in Spain, Mallorca and Espanyol have also gone already. Your thoughts in the comments box. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day. Have an amazing weekend.